I've learned something very interesting about the dynamics between my husband and me, and I have a feeling it might apply to you and your husband as well. So the other day, I had one of those really super frustrating days. We've all had them. It seemed like everything was going wrong, and I was getting increasingly irritable and frustrated, and just then my husband happened to come home, and he noticed my irritation and my frustration, and interestingly enough, he became very agitated. I could tell he was agitated to see me so frustrated. And I thought, this is odd. But then I was reminded of kind of like the old saying, if mom ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. And that husbands really long for their wives to be happy. They really, really do. That your peacefulness, your happiness, your contentment is so important to your husband. In fact, maybe that's why in 1 Peter 3, God instructs wives, your unfading beauty should come from a gentle and quiet spirit. You know, that woman who's just at peace, who can be gentle and quiet because she's at peace. But how do we get that in the frustrating circumstances? Well, I think the Apostle Paul may have given us a little bit of a hint, because he talks in Philippians 4 extensively about learning to be content in all sorts of situations, whether, in challenge or in good times. He had learned the secret of being content, and he says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So there's a hint for us. During those frustrations, we need to lean on Christ. We need to trust in Christ's strength. We need to remember, another one of my favorite verses, Hebrews 13, that God says, never will I leave you, never will I forsake you. If I can remember that at those challenging moments, I'm just going to lean and trust on God. He said he would never leave me. I'm just going to trust completely in him. Perhaps then I can learn to be content even in those challenging times. And here's the unexpected benefit of pressing into contentment at those times. As I then become more peaceful, my husband becomes more content and peaceful as well. An added bonus.